Anything I talk, make you talk
There's never been a time in our history where youths are needed to drive the change that our world requires more than now. To take to the war front and save the walls of our society from crumbling down. But for the last century or so, all we youths have been good at is backing down, watching helplessly as our generation is constantly sidelined and our society subjected to the tyranny of the same men who told us yesterday that will be the leaders of tomorrow, which is actually today. They're vastly known in other areas of life, but when it comes to leadership, we would rather stay away. But at what cost? Because when they are done, we'll have the bigger price to pay. But I'm not just here to speak lines and hard rhymes, but to cheer you up, because we can no longer sit reclined while the value of our society continues to decline. It is time for us to change the face of leadership. It is time for us to decide our nation's destination. And in the words of Thomas Jefferson, every generation needs a new revolution. We must stand unitedly sure in absolution, understanding perfectly that we are not the problem, but the solution. And just like Rachel Jackson said, our youths are not failing the system is failing our youth. And to tell you the truth, I think it's high time for us to do more than steal ballot boxes for these political old-timers and become their thugs of war while they sit in their over-decorated offices and cars, leaving us with battered integrity and a heart full of scars. No longer shall we stand and watch our fate decided for us by men and women who seem to have forgotten they were once like us. We should no longer allow them to embezzle our nation's hope of progress while they leave us jobless and broke. It is time for our generation to stay woke. One of the world's greatest leaders, Kofi Annan, said, and I quote, "Young people should be at the forefront of global change and innovation. Empowered, they could be key agents for the development of peace. If, however, they are left on society's margins, then all of us will be impoverished." So that doesn't leave me with much surprise that our country is currently malnourished, because for so long we stood on the wrong side of the line. If ever there was a moment for us to step up and take charge, then now is the time. No longer should we stay in the background. It is time for us to take the spotlight, to spread our youthful wings, soar high and take flight, because there's a spark in every single one of us that we must ignite. And like Martin Luther King, I have a dream that one day this country will be way older than its leaders, that will take this nation to new heights and break barriers, that when it's time for us to choose where we stand, we will choose right, that will be the light-bearing generation and shine bright, as every day we are presented with an opportunity to rewrite history and stamp our name, to liberate our nation from political and mental slavery. Remember that we are both kings and kingmakers, pace setters. It is time for us to rewrite our destiny and change the course of history. So when the time comes for us to choose where we stand, please vote carefully. Hi guys, I hope you were inspired by that video. If so, I want you to share this video with the hashtag please vote carefully, because it's that time of the year where we make the most important decision for the next 4 years. So I think it's important for us to remind ourselves that whatever we do now, whatever we do during the election, is what will determine our nation's fate for the next 4 years. So you don't even have to comment on the video. You can just comment on any social media platform you belong to with the hashtag please vote carefully. It's time for us to remind ourselves our civic responsibility doesn't just end in putting down our thumbprint on some ballot paper. It goes beyond that. It goes into the part of us reminding ourselves that this is the most important decision for the next 4 years. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you.